After escaping Moria, the Fellowship of the Ring has journeyed down the River Anduin. Now, the 8 remaining members are making camp at the seeing seat of Amon Hen. Little do they know, there is a great danger hunting them. In this video, we're deciding to investigate what would happen if Saruman sent his Wolves of Isengard to hunt down the Fellowship rather than Lurtz and his scouts. Welcome to Conquest Creations. Hello and welcome back to Conquest Creation. In today's game, I've traveled all the way across the world from Australia to the UK to play against Jake from Two Trees Gaming. Hi, I'm Jake from Two Trees Gaming, and we've got a YouTube channel where we do board builds, tournament reviews, and battle reports. And this exact board is going to be built on our channel as well. It's pretty surreal being here after watching this stuff on YouTube for so long, and it was a long, very expensive journey, but the game is ready to begin. I'm going to be playing the Breaking of the Fellowship today, so it's 600 points, and I get all 8 members. They all get extra little bonuses for being a part of this army list, and staring down that massive horde of wargs is pretty scary, but I'm feeling confident because they're relatively low defense, and they have those big bases, so I should be able to do a lot more damage than they can. So I'm bringing Wolves of Isengard. It's 36 models at 600 points, which is a decent amount, especially when most of them are going to count as cavalry. I've got 3 captains and then Sharku, and it all is about Sharku. He's got 3 heroic combats, and on the charge, he goes up in fight value and up in attacks. We're playing Assassination today, and this is going to be a really interesting one. In this scenario, each player secretly chooses 1 hero from their army to be their assassin and 1 hero in their enemy's army to be the target. To get full points, you need to use your assassin to kill their target. There's also points for killing the enemy leader, breaking the enemy, and keeping your opponent's target alive at the end of the game. I've got a lot of heroes. There's a lot of targets that Jake can choose from, and Merry and Pippin are pretty squishy, so I think he's certain to choose one of them as the target. For my assassin, I'm going to choose Legolas. He's just so good at killing stuff. Even if he's tied up in combat, he can still shoot, and hopefully he can just shoot a few shots every single turn at my target. When it comes to my target, there's just 3 orc captains for me to choose from, so I've chosen the one that's pointing. I don't think I have any logic here, other than he looked like he needed to die. So my assassin is basically a random choice of 3 captains. I've gone with the one that's pointing just because it's my favorite conversion, but I will be trying to keep him safe rather than kill. I think if I put him too much in the mix, yes, there's victory points on offer there, but I don't want him getting killed and him being one of Jacob's targets. So I'm going to try and keep him safe and get the extra victory point at the end of the game. Whereas my target, I'm going to try and double bluff Jacob. Whether he takes it or not, I don't know. And I'm going to go for Frodo. The obvious picks are Merry or Pippin, or if maybe he thinks I'm trying to double bluff, he might go, oh, he's going for Boromir as he's got no fate. Frodo is one of the hardest to kill, but to break him and to get the maximum victory points, I've got to kill Frodo anyway. So it's all about killing Frodo, and it's thematic as anything. We're playing on this awesome Amon Hen scenery, and this is a cool what if. Obviously in the films, we saw Lurtz's scouts catch up to the Fellowship here, but what if Saruman had sent the Wolves of Isengard instead? It seems like it would have been a pretty reasonable decision, and let's find out what would have happened. So Jake, here we are at the start of the game. That is a lot of Wild Riders and not many members of the Fellowship. How are you feeling?
At the moment, overly confident.
Well, I hope I can change that. Before the game begins, Sharku's Raiders has a special rule. Jake, what's happening here?
So I've got D6 wags I can move at the start of the game, and I'm going to hope for a high roll here so I can get some flanking in. 2. Not what I was looking for.
So they can move and shoot before the game starts?
Correct, but the elven cloaks are going to be a problem, and we're at night time, so I want to get within 12 and with a clear line of sight. So what I'm actually going to do is go the full 10 and stay out of 6, and I've got a bit of options going forward.
Jake won the roll off for priority, and unsurprisingly, he gave it to me for turn 1. So I'm just shifting forward slightly. I don't want to get too exposed and get absolutely slaughtered by these wargs turn 1, so we're just moving up about half. Legolas, importantly, he's only gone 3 inches, so he's still going to be able to shoot, and I've made sure all my hobbits are outside charge range of these wargs. When I activated Frodo, he got to use the Light of Arendelle, which means on the roll of a 3+, he cast Blinding Light, and he managed to successfully do that this turn, so that's going to keep me safe from the shooting.
So in my movement, I want to get the Fellowship surrounded, but I've made sure to leave a pair of throwing spears and a bowman who will be able to shoot down on the hobbits. The guys on the left here, they've they're just flanking as well to try and surround, because hopefully the hobbits are going to run out of the middle, away from the throwing spears. But I have left my captains with a few in the ways from Legolas, because I am worried about him being the assassin.
So that takes us to the shooting phase, which starts with Legolas, and he's going to fire behind him. Even though he's in combat, he can fire out of combat at some of these Wild Riders with throwing spears behind him. So he's moved, so he's hitting on 3s. It's not a good start, but that's all right. And I'll target the rider. Do you reckon I have a clear shot there?
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, a 5 will take him down. A 4 is not good enough, and I won't be spending a point of might there.
Beautiful. In my shoot phase, I went for Sam. Both missed, but I wanted to take away the free heroic combat opportunities.
And that went to the fight phase, where I decided not to call any heroics with my free point of might from Aragorn, and I'm glad I didn't, because he needed it to win that fight. Aragorn killed the rider of the Warg, but the Warg stayed, and then Boromir got a kill. And the last fight was Legolas, who managed to kill his opponent. I'm just going to quickly interrupt this battle report to tell you about what's going on behind the scenes here at Conquest Creations. Firstly, over on our website, you can now find all of the STL files for the Kingdom of Saxonia Volume 2, so if you missed out on the Kickstarter, you can go and purchase them there now. We also have released this month's Patreon set, which is the Mountain Peak set. Now, I'm still working on painting my own set of this behind the scenes, but it's the Mountain Peaks, and it has a massive Dragon's Cave, as well as a Dwarven Astronomy Tower. By buying our products, it helps the channel to grow, and at the moment, I'm actually not in the studio. This is where I am. And in fact, I temporarily do not have a studio. Right now, I'm just in a very temporary studio, and I'm looking for the new location. Because of the massive success of the Kingdom of Saxonia Volume 2, we're taking Conquest Creations to the next level, which means we need more space to keep growing. So thank you so much for your support, and I have so much more on the way. We have more terrain, we have more content, and it's all going to be better than ever. So stay tuned, because things are getting really exciting here at Conquest Creations. All right, enjoy the rest of the video. I won the roll for priority this turn and decided to take it. I started with Gimli charging in, throwing an axe, and killing the Warg. So it's dismounted into an archer. And my movement saw all the members of the Fellowship rushing forwards, trying to fight these Wargs while they don't have the charge bonus, but Legolas is staying still, hoping to shoot some enemies.
So I've left my the guys at the top here that are scaring the hobbits away. It's making them move out into the open, which is ideal. Surrounding them to stop them going back that way. I've pulled my captains and Sharko a little bit closer to be in range of heroic moves, but I'm trying to leave them out of line of sight of Legolas. And where I can, I've got myself a charge bonus.
That goes to the shooting phase, where I started with Legolas, and he fired up at these Warg Riders. Thanks to the night fighting special rule, I managed to take one down.
So my shooting didn't go so well against the hobbits and Boromir into combats.
That goes into the combat phase, and I'm going to be calling a free heroic combat with Aragorn. He's teamed up with Merry and Pippin. He wants to kill that Warg, so we'll see how he goes. All right, set the bar for me.
5.
It's a 5. All right, I'm going to start with Merry. Merry's got the
Merry.
6 already, and let's see if Merry can get the kill on that Warg. He can't, but he gets a reroll. Nope. Let's see if Pippin can do it. He can't, but gets a reroll. Pippin has got the kill. And now I need to decide where they're going to go. Aragorn's actually going to run out this way and charge this Warg Rider that was unengaged, and Merry and Pippin, they're going to play thematically. They're going to try to help Boromir out, so they're going to charge into this Warg Rider that Boromir charged earlier. Next fight saw Aragorn kill a Warg Rider and the Warg. And then Boromir had a shot. He managed to kill the Warg Rider, but didn't do any other damage despite re-rolling all fail boons. Gimli fought next, and he used a point of might to win the fight, but then he got 2 kills out of that. This is my first real point spent. Legolas fought next, and he just pushed his opponent back. And now it's the main event. It's Merry and Pippin fighting a Warg Rider. Can they do it? All right, I'll set the bar for you. I'm on a 4. He's just got the 1 attack.
Very beatable. That's a 1.
It's a 1. Beautiful. All right, trying for the rider. I get re-rolls on these guys. No. And re-rolls. That's a wound on the rider. This is good for Merry and Pippin. So does the Warg flee?
From the hobbits, he doesn't.
It does not. I won the roll-off for priority this turn. What's your plan?
I'm hoping to counter so I can get some charge bonuses where I can, and hopefully get some big models into the squishy hobbits.
Yep, so we've both called. That means it's a roll-off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil. 4, 5, 6 goes good.
Beautiful.
Goes evil. All right. we might be in trouble here.
So what I've done there is I've charged Aragorn with a wag. I'm hoping to draw a point of might off him if he wants to heroic combat, and crucially, I've shut down the heroic move. I've then targeted the hobbits with a cavalry where I can. Boromir, I'm not worried about right now, but I've gone 2 captains in on Gimli. If I can take the Fellowship out one by one, that's the plan.
And in my move, I'm worried about getting surrounded. There's all these Warg Riders behind me that haven't moved yet. So Sam's using his Elven Rope to roll a 6 on this climb test, and he's charging into these 2 Wargs. And then Frodo's just holding up some space. Legolas is staying still so he can shoot, but I'm presuming he's also getting charged.
I'm going to keep this simple, and I'm going to go into Frodo, wrap into the 2 of them like that.
That goes to the shooting phase where Legolas went first, and he managed to shoot this Warg Rider, getting the kill.
And then these pair of throwing spears had a really good idea to lob into Boromir, and they hit the wag just in front and killed my own guy.
Nice. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And that goes to the start of the fight phase where I'm going to be calling a heroic combat here with Boromir. And Sam is also calling a free heroic combat because Frodo is in combat close to him. Any heroics from yourself?
No, it's not worth the risk against Gimli.
All right, you've charged into me. Set the bar against Boromir.
Big 6, here we go. It's a 5, I'll take it.
5s. All right, 3 dice.
Oh.
There's the 6. Oh, very grateful for that. So, on the rider first, that's a kill. On the Warg, I'll re-roll for the hobbits being nearby, and that is a kill as well. I've got a lot of options here, almost too many options. So the first one is I could come here and charge into one of these captains that's fighting Gimli, and that would make sense. But I could also charge into Sharku, who's just hiding behind this wall here, or I could charge into this Warg Rider who's charged into Merry and Pippin. And you know what? I think I want to play safe, and I'm just going to help out Merry and Pippin. That's exactly what Boromir would have done in the story, so that's what I'm going to do today. Our next fight is Sam. He's got to attack, so in theory this is possible. I'll set the bar. It's not fantastic.
Oh, Sam. Oh dear.
You've got the 6, nothing I can do about that, so I think I will be trapped in there. So yeah, this might hurt a bit.
Here we go. Eaten by wargs.
So 4s to wound, that's 2 wounds. I've got 2 fate. I'm gonna burn both of them. Here's the first one, passed, and the second one, failed. So I'll be alive with 1 wound, no fate left.
Clinging on.
This next fight is the most important fight of the game so far, I reckon. It's Gimli fighting captains. If I lose this, you might kill me. If I win this, I might kill one of your captains. So this is tight. How about you set the bar?
Here we go. Oh, 5.
You're on a 5, you've got the might. So I'm on the high fight. I'm on the 5 as well, so I'm currently winning. Obviously, if you spend, I'll be spending.
I'm gonna spend, that's gonna be my scout captain, Ultra 6.
Yep, brilliant. I'll spend with Gimli. I don't think I have any point leaving that behind. So that goes to my rolls to wound now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go against your pointing captain. Let's see how we go. Oh no, that's not good at all. That is absolutely nothing, so a big whiff from Gimli. The next fight was Boromir, Merry and Pippin killing a Warg, and then it was followed by Aragorn killing 2 more. This is going really well for us this turn. Legolas managed to kill the rider of the Warg, but the Warg stayed around, and now Frodo's just fought, but he's lost his fight, he's been knocked prone, and he's taken 2 wounds, so I've got some fate to pass, otherwise he could die here. All right, I've got all 3 of my fate out, so I'll do the first 2. I passed one, I failed one. I'm worried that he might be your assassination target, so I'm gonna use my next fate as well. I could spend 2 might on that to pass it. I don't think I'm going to. So I'm alive with 1 wound, but no fate left. That takes us to the next turn where I lost priority. So I'm spending a free point of might with Aragorn to call a heroic move. Jake, you gonna counter that?
Yeah, I'm gonna counter with Sharku. He's got to root through and he's got to start getting involved, so he's gonna spend a point of might.
You've got the priority. Let's see the roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil.
Come on, roll low. Yes.
That's a low roll, so that goes straight to you.
I'm gonna go into Boromir and I'm gonna wrap into poor old Merry.
That's not good.
No, it's very good. And then this wag is just gonna stop Aragorn's heroic move going off. Pippin will take a charge from that one. And then Boromir, we want to drain some might off him. We're gonna go just a wag. We don't need him. And this guy, let's get in.
So because you've got priority, that means that you can pull Boromir out of combat. So at the moment, it's just Sharku fighting Merry. I don't like the sound of that.
Charge Legolas with the wag from there. And this guy, because he's not got a control zone, now that he's prone. And then my captain can get in on Frodo. Sam will get charged by just the 1. In fact, he'll get charged by 2, and we'll do that. I couldn't help but notice you put all your attacks on the pointing captain, so I'm going to gamble here. I'll put him in there, and he's just going to get out of dodge.
Well, have you fallen for my mind games, or have I given it away?
We're going to find out soon. And then he'll go and back him up, and then I've got one more wag that's just going to put himself there with a control zone, so if Boromir were to try and charge, he'd have to go into the wag.
And my movement phase was really quick. Jake's managed to tie up every single one of my models, so I didn't have anything to do. That does go to the shooting phase though, so good luck with those throwing spears.
What I'm doing here is I've thrown a spear into Boromir, and I've got through and hit Boromir, but we've got a big wounding roll coming up. Needing a 5.
Oh, so close, but Boromir's still unwounded. And my shooting was just Legolas, who's buried underneath this pile of wargs. He managed to do a wound to the warg rider that charged into him. And the warg has fled, so he's all by himself now, fighting one warg. That goes into the combat phase, and I'm going to start my heroics, which I've got plenty of this turn, with a heroic defense from Frodo. He's on the ground fighting a captain. It means it will be on 6s instead of 5s, but it's something at least. Then I'm going to call a free heroic combat with Sam. It didn't go well last turn. We'll see what happens this turn.
Sharku's up against Merry, so he's called his free heroic combat as well.
And then I've called a heroic combat with both Aragorn and Boromir, trying to help out Merry. But Shaku might get to go first, so this is scary. All right, you've got the roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil. 4, 5, 6 goes good.
Oh.
Goes good, so I'm going to try my best to save Merry. Winning that roll off was massive. If Merry was the target, I might have a chance to save him, which could save this whole game for me. How about you set the bar?
6.
You're on the 6. Good luck, Boromir. It's a 5. I think I've just got to spend that. So I'm going to spend another point of might with Boromir. I'm going to strike the Warg Rider first. Oh, I re-roll fail wounds because I'm within 3 of the hobbits. That's a kill. Now I'm going to kill the Warg that's just charged me by himself. That's a kill. And now the Warg that the guy was riding. So 1, re-roll. Oh, I'm tempted to spend 2 points of might here. You have a Courage 2 courage test.
I do.
Oh, but if you pass that, he won't be able to go and help Merry. So I'm going to spend 2 points of mine to get the kill there. It hurts, but I think it's worth it. And then Boromir, he's going to be really straightforward. So he's just going to turn and charge straight into Shaku and hope for the best. And that goes to your heroic combat next. So I think we're into that one straight away. Do you want to set the bar with Shaku?
Go on then, here we go. 6.
6. All right, I'm going to start with Merry because that'd be funny if he won it. He didn't win it. So now it's all up to Boromir. I've got 3 dice. I've only got 2 might left in the store. Oh, so close, but I will be spending Boromir's last point of might to turn that into a 6. I can't afford to lose this because that could be Boromir just dead. So he's out of might, but it was worth it. I'm going to go all my dice on Shaku himself, see if I can get the kill. No damage so far, but I can re-roll for Merry and for Boromir because he's close to the hobbits. So let's try that again. 1 wound on Shaku. Here's your general, so do you want to spend the fate point?
I will spend the feint just because he is my general.
Ooh, you could might that if you want to.
You know what? I think I will spend that might point. We're nearly at the end game already, I think, and I want to keep him alive.
Nice.
So Shaku's got his riding dagger. Every time somebody tries to wound him and fails, he gets to hit back with a strength 4 hit. So I've got 2 hits against Boromir and 1 against Merry.
Yikes.
So I've got 2 on Boromir first. Here we go.
That's a wound on Boromir.
Lovely. And then on Merry.
That's a wound on Merry. Okay, so Merry has 2 fate points, and I'm going to spend the first one here. That's a fail. Here's the second one. Come on, Merry, stay alive. Pass. Huge. Good job, Merry. My next heroic combat is Sam. He's on his last legs. I'll set the bar.
Oh, Sam.
I've got 2 points of might at least.
Here we go.
Oh, well, I have to spend it. I'm going to spend the 2 points of might. The problem is that only puts us equal. So you've got the roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes to you. 4, 5, 6 goes to Sam. Please, Sam.
They've been doing low well so far.
Hey! All right, now can Sam get a kill? Sam can get a kill. Fantastic. Good effort, Sam.
And that breaks me.
Oh, huge.
Sam, how could you?
What a hero. The next fight saw Aragorn winning his heroic combat and killing his opponent. So he just charged into that warg that was fighting Pippin, and together they managed to kill that one as well. The next fight is Frodo fighting against a captain on warg. I've just got my 1 attack. That's not good.
Oh dear, Frodo.
Oh. The problem is I've spent a point of might on a heroic defense, and I'm a lower fight than you, so you have won that. You've got 6 dice against me, a single natural 6, and I am dead.
There we go.
Oh no!
Got it.
It was the last one as well. So Frodo has been slain. That's the first member of the Fellowship down. The next fight we have is Gimli. You want to set the bar?
There we go. 6.
Okay. It's a 5. I'm going to start by using one of my strands of Galadriel's hair here. That's another 5. And then I think I need to spend a point of might here, so I'll spend that. That puts Gimli down to 0 might remaining, and I'm going to go everything at that captain. 2 wounds on him. If I had another point of might, I'd be spending that because I'm on +1 to wound with Legolas, but I don't. So, fate point.
Passes.
Oh, passed. Big. And priority for this turn has gone to you, Jake. 2 trees dice were doing well. I've decided I'd call a free heroic move with Aragorn. Are you going to counter that? You are broken.
Yes, I'm going to counter that, and I'm going to counter it with this captain here, leaving me with 1 of might on everybody else.
All right. Well, let's see the roll off.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 goes evil. Ooh,
3.
That's a
That'll
3.
do me.
All yours. That means you've got some courage tests to make, but as long as you pass, that's not good for the Fellowship. So you need to move your captain first, but that's not that straightforward because you've got to pass a courage test here. It's a 7 plus courage. You've got a might and a will, so you shouldn't fail.
What could go wrong? I'll spend the will.
There we go.
My captain's charged into Legolas. Sam, I need some vengeance on him. He should be dead now. So I've got an actual cavalry into him to knock him over. And then I've just tagged Gimli with a wag so that I can move my captain toward Boromir if he passes his stand fast, because obviously heroes don't affect other heroes. Here we go. That'll do me.
That's a successful courage test.
There's no might left on Gimli or Boromir, and that captain might be one of their targets, so the safest thing he can do is stay where he is. He doesn't want to enter Boromir's control zone and get sucked into a fight there. He's going to stay exactly there, and hopefully I'll win priority next turn. But what I am going to do is try and put some damage on Boromir with a throwing spear and a charging wag. So, no hit.
It's a big miss.
And then he'll back him up now that you've got no might. This guy is going to come down here and go into Aragorn. We'll go for a 6+ again. 2, that's a miss. So Sharku needs to pass his courage check because he's not affected by heroes. He needs to roll a 6 or higher. He has got a might or a will, but I'm desperate to not spend my might. 5.
Oh.
There. So that is a will point needed.
Nice.
It's as simple as Sharku gets a free heroic combat against 2 hobbits. He's going to bounce in and bounce out, hopefully. And then this wag is just going to block Aragorn heroic combating into Sharku because he has still got might. Here we go. Needing a 7.
That's a good roll.
That'll
That's a
do it.
10, so he is still courageous. And where does he want to end up?
Kind of where he is.
Yeah, fair
I'm
enough.
afraid you've picked him, so as long as Legolas can't see him, I'm okay. So yeah, he's just going to utch a little bit over here, but otherwise I'm good.
So I didn't have any models to move because I was fully tied up, and that goes to the combat phase where I'm going to call a heroic combat with Aragorn. Now, he can't use that to get into Sharku, unfortunately, but I want to just kill these Wag Riders, so that's what I'm going to do. Anything from yourself, Jake?
I'm going to call it against the 2 hobbits with the intention of bouncing out to safety, but if I don't kill them and I push them back, it might make room for Aragorn, which could be a worry.
Yeah, so that could be a bit dangerous for your leader, but look, it's worth it. If you can kill them, that's a big deal. I don't know who your target is. Of course, the audience will. I'm worried that it's Merry, and if it is Merry, I'm in trouble for this game. I can kill everything, but still manage to lose. But here's a roll off to see who goes first. Now, this is funny, because you actually want to lose this, actually. So let's see it. 4, 5, 6 goes to me.
Oh,
Goes to me, damn it.
All right, I'll set your target then. Here we go. So 1 wag on the charge. It's 5.
I've got the 5 as well. That's good enough. All right, on the rider, a 1's not good enough. On the rider, a 4 doesn't have a shield, so he's gone. And on the Wag's dead as well, so I've taken him out. So this Wag rider has been slain, and Aragorn's free to move and fight again. And I think he's just going to charge this Wag and wrap around. Now that's going to go to Sharku next, and I reckon that's going to trap him in there if I do that. Now Aragorn's not fighting Sharku, but trapping him against some hobbits, maybe that'll do something. It's time for Sharku. I don't know who your target is again. This could be the most important fight of the game. You obviously know what's going on, so it's going to be funny if you target someone totally separate, and I'm stressed for nothing. I'm lower fight, so I'm going to set the bar for you. Here's Merry. Ooh, that's good. Here's Pippin. All right, I'm on a 5. There's no might there, so you need a 5 here.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's not good. All right, who are you going to strike first?
I'm going to start with Merry because he's already lost his.
He's got no fate. All right.
Here we go.
Merry's dead.
That's a dead Merry.
And then a ton of dice against Pippin.
6 attacks on Pippin. Here we go. Poor Pippin. Oh, that'll do me.
That's 3 wounds. Even if I pass my 2 fate, he's also dead. It's sad, but both hobbits died. At least they died together. Best mates should go out like that. And where's Shaku going to end up now?
Obviously, he could run away, but that's not the play, is it? He's now wearing hobbit pelts. He's got to go general on general. There's victory points in this. Aragorn has spent his free one. He's only got 1 might left, and I got the charge. So I'm just going to turn around and go into Aragorn.
This makes me more worried about the target. I was hoping you'd say, like, oh, I need to go charge Gimli. And I'd be like, maybe that's your target. But look, let's get straight into that general fight. It's Aragorn fighting Shaku. All right, how about you set the bar with Shaku and his friend?
Shaku being silver, friend being gold. Oh, that's not good.
You've got 1 more dice for Shaku, though.
Oh, sorry, I have.
Don't be a 6. All right, that was good. Here's 3 attacks from Aragorn. Oh, but I've got the higher fight. I've got a might. I think you have a might.
I
as
have
well.
1 might, and I will spend it to drain Aragorn's might.
Yep, that makes sense. So we're both out of might. So I'm doing everything I can at Shaku. He's your leader. He's spent a fate point. 2 wounds here and you're dead. I need 5s to do it. That's 2 5s. Got him. But before Shaku goes down, I failed to win with this strike, so you can hit me back.
Come on, let's have a cheeky one.
That is a cheeky one. I'm going to spend some fate because Aragorn's my leader. So first fate, passed it. Beautiful.
It's almost like charging into Aragorn was a bad idea.
After seeing Merry and Pippin die, Boromir was enraged and managed to kill a Warg Rider and a Warg. Gimli lost his fight, took a wound, but passed his fate. And the last fight was Legolas fighting a captain. He won the fight. He rolled 2 4s to wound. I could have spent 2 might to do 2 wounds, but I chose not to. And the last fight for the turn is Sam. I'm 1 wound, no fate, no might. I'll set the bar for you.
Oh, Sam.
That's good.
There we go. Oh, that's a
Huge.
3.
So Sam's won it. I'm going to strike the Warg Rider. No, the Warg Rider again. No damage, but he's still alive, and I think that's a pretty good result for Sam. All right, here we are. You were broken at the start of this turn, so on the roll of a 1 or 2, the game is over. I think I need this game to keep going, so let's see it.
And I really don't. Oh.
It's a 5. All right, we've got at least 1 more turn. Priority for this turn has gone to you, Jake. So I've decided I'm going to call a heroic move with Aragorn. Are you going to counter that?
I am. I'm going to counter with this captain here using his last point on might.
All right, let's see the roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil.
2.
That is a 2 once again, so that goes to you. You've got a big courage test to pass here, because if he just flees, it doesn't matter anymore.
That's the problem. I really didn't want to have to take this, but here we go. Needing a 7.
Ooh.
Gone. And that cancels the heroic move.
That's not good, so that's straight into Aragorn. So, I've got that heroic. Aragorn's going to go first. He's going to leave this control zone and charge into this Warg. And then Boromir is going to charge down here into these 2. Gimli's going to rush backwards, charge into this captain, and then Legolas is not going to shoot this turn because he's going to charge this Warg. And then Sam is just going to charge a Warg Rider and continue his last stand, which is actually, to be fair, going pretty well for him. That goes into your move. It's a big courage check.
Huge courage check. Here we go. Can't fail again.
He's passed. All right. So where does that captain want to end up?
I've got a few options. I could get out of dodge, but it means that these guys are probably going to end up running. I don't want to get heroic combated because Legolas still has might left. So I think what I'm going to do is go this way, keep these guys and maybe flee toward the seeing seat and then let the other guys do the work. Because I'm pretty confident you've picked this guy because you didn't shoot at that guy with Legolas when you had the chance.
So your captain ended up over there and then you had some courage tests here. What happened?
Unfortunately, this Warg failed, so this one planned to take his place, and he failed, and then the 3rd and final one also failed.
All right, so you want this game to end as quickly as possible now.
I really do.
And here is the state of the board. It's pretty spread out, and you're running out of Warg Riders, but I'm worried that you might be ahead because you have most likely assassinated your target. So in here, I'm going to be calling a heroic combat with Legolas. He's got 2 points of might, now he's got just 1. And I'm going to use that to start rushing towards that captain over there. And at this point, look, I'll make the secret open. It's definitely that captain that's my target. Otherwise, I'd be going straight for this guy, or you know, if it was one of the guys that ran away, I wouldn't be so worried about it. But I'll be calling a heroic combat there, and then, yeah, Sam's just continuing that final stand, so good luck to him. Set the bar with your 1 Warg.
Big 6. Oh,
Not quite a 6. Aragon? Aragon's
Ooh.
got the 6. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. We're not within 6 of these guys, but Aragon and Legolas are just running straight this way towards your captain. The next fight was Boromir, who killed another Warg Rider. Next, Gimli swung his axe and decapitated this Orc captain, doing 3 wounds in 1 swing. And the last fight of the turn is Sam fighting against 1 Warg Rider. I'll set the bar for you. On a 3.
here we go.
Oh, so we're both fight 3. That means it's a roll-off. You've got priority, so 1, 2, 3 goes to you.
Same again. Oh,
Goes to the good guys. Come on, Sam, get a kill. And that is not a kill, but he's still alive, which is pretty impressive. And here's the roll. Is the game over? 1 or 2, it's all over. And I think you'll win. If it keeps going, I've got a good chance.
here we go. Oh,
Huge. All right, that goes into priority. Priority this turn went to the good guys, but Jake, what have you done about that?
countered with my last point of might in the game.
Yeah, that's reasonable, and I'm going to call a heroic move with Legolas so that I can tie up that captain, but it's a big roll-off. So do you want to roll the dice? 1, 2, 3 goes evil, 4, 5, 6 goes good. Please pick a good-looking dice that rolls high.
A good-looking dice, it's got to be one of these.
Oh, there we go, all right. Don't betray me. Oh,
yes.
no, my own dice betrayed me. But that does mean you have a very ridiculously important courage test. Let's see it.
Here we go.
Oh, that is an 11, so he is more than healthy and he gets to move first.
This guy is going to run off up toward the seeing seat, but he's not going his full move. He's going to be just touching 6 inches of those guys so that they can make the most of the stand fast, which then I can activate these guys and they can keep Aragorn and Legolas out of there. I might have to tank a few bow shots, but we'll see.
With the rest of my models, we're just running up towards the seeing seat to try to cut off that Orc captain's escape. And Sam doesn't have an option here. He's charging back into his opponent from last turn, and he's gonna finish the job this time. That takes us into the shooting phase where there's a very important shot. He's gonna take 3 shots, Legolas firing at your Orc captain. I've gotten it in the way, but we're just gonna have to hope. All right, we're hitting on 2s. That's 3 hits. I don't have in the ways for my own combat, so in the ways on the plant in front of you. Oh. And now I have sharpshooter, so I'm going to choose this to hit the rider. And a 6 is a wound. Huge.
Here comes a fate. Beautiful.
Oh no. And that goes into the start of the combat phase where I'm going to be calling a heroic combat with Aragorn's free point of might. If I kill this Warg, which I really hope I do, I'll be within 6 of this Orc captain for next turn. So, good luck, Aragorn. Let's see it. All right, set the bar.
Okay, 1 dice, needing a 6 really. Oh, that's terrible.
All right, as long as I don't get 3 1s, that's beautiful. Now I need a 4. Oh, okay, got it. So that Warg is dead. And then Aragorn is gonna run 6 inches up to here, ready for next turn, if there is a next turn. The next fight saw Legolas get a kill, and now it's Sam continuing his journey. I'll set the bar on a 5, that's pretty good.
Here we go. 6.
Oh, okay. A 4 and Sam is slain after such a long time.
I'm going to complete the set of hobbits here. Here we go.
Oh, huge, massive. So, we're at the end of the turn. That means we have 1 roll to see if the game is over. If the game ends right now, I do think I'm going to lose. We'll have to tally up the scores exactly, but I think I will lose, so I need this to keep going. So, here's the dice. It's a Conquest dice. It won't let me down. I need anything except for a 1 or 2.
Yeah,
That's a 2. That's game. That is game. All right, let's tally up the scores. So Jake, here we are at the end of the game and we have some things to reveal. I'll go first. My assassin was Legolas, which I'm sure wasn't that surprising.
It wasn't.
Nope. Who's your assassin?
My assassin was this pointing captain.
Oh, so that's 1 VP for each of them that are alive. Who was your target? Was it Merry or Pippin?
It was Frodo.
Okay, wow. I threw Frodo in because never in a million years did I think you would choose him. And I mean, I guess that's why you would have done it.
Well, exactly that. You maybe weren't expecting it, and I've got to kill him to break you anyway, so that was the plan.
Yeah, and my target was, of course, that pointing captain that is still alive. Devastating. I tried so hard to get him, but not enough. The good thing is I killed your leader and broke you while being unbroken, so the final score is 11 to the Wild Riders and 7 to the Fellowship.
And what a fantastic game, brilliant stuff, loved playing against Jacob, and what a great game. I mean, I had 2 models left at the end. I'm renowned on our channel for dying and winning, and I think I've done that to a T here. So thanks for the great game, Jacob, and massive win, and we'll see you on the Two Choose channel in a few months.
And we've made it to the end of the game. I've come over here to play games in the UK, and so far they're teaching me that maybe these UK players are a bit better than us Australians thought they were. Thanks for the game, Jake, and I can't wait to watch this board build on your YouTube channel.